The hottest fire forges the strongest steel. We are Flint Strong. Flint has made incredible progress, and we will keep that momentum going. We are rebuilding neighborhoods, creating economic opportunity, and improving the quality of life for all residents. We are accomplishing things that have never before been done in Flint's history, and we're just getting started. We are Flint Strong.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you and good evening to all of you, and thank all of you for taking time out of your very, very busy lives to be able to come here to witness my 5th State of the City address. But as I heard all of you give the Pledge of Allegiance, and this is something that we want to make sure that we understand, the bottom half of this Pledge of Allegiance, one nation under God. That's who we are, and that's where our strength is. To you, my fellow residents of Flint, the esteemed members of council, thank you for being here, and our honored guests. It is with a deep sense of pride that I deliver to you my 5th State of the City address. And that's for a round of applause for 5. These things never get easier to do. I have faced extraordinary challenges, as we all have in the city of Flint in recent years. But through it all, Flint has emerged stronger, more united, more determined to build a brighter future, and you all have a part in that. It's the foundation of what I believe here in the city of Flint as mayor. I believe in the fundamental philosophy of prayer, planning, and partnership. Prayer, planning, and partnership. We pray for our success, we plan for it, and then we look for our partners in that endeavor. It is the spirit of collaboration that extends to all levels of our community, and today we want to acknowledge the dedicated public servants who have served and played a vital role in our community's history, and they shaped us. The progress in which we have here, it wasn't by accident. It took a lot of work and a lot of people doing that, and I want to honor a few people today. Senator Debbie Stabenow, give her a round of applause. Congressman Dan Kildee. And also our County Treasurer, Deb Cherry. As they move on to new chapters in their lives, the legacy that they leave sharpened us and moved us forward. The hard work and commitment to our community will be felt for years to come. As we move forward, we have new champions at the table, new federal delegation that we have here. I want to give it up for Kristen McDonald-Rivet of the 8th Congressional District seat, Senator Alyssa Slockins, and our friend, Senator Gary Peters. It is crucial, the level of partnerships that we have on all levels of government, because we have to be able to get the resources in which we need. These are our champions on the front line to deliver the necessary resources to continue to move our communities forward. And when we look at shaping it, we have other folks here as well. I want to move on to our state legislative delegation, and I'm kind of biased here a little bit because as a former state legislator, I understand what it is to be a state legislator. To our Senator, John Cherry Jr., give him a round of applause. Also, State Representative of the 69th District, Jasper Martis. To the beautiful state legislator from the 70th District, Cynthia Neeley. I have a healthy fear of that state representative, I really do. You know, the things that we have stabilized to a level our Flint budget because of more than $200 million delivered from our state delegation, the work that they have done to build every neighborhood, every community inside the city of Flint. This is not by accident. This was intentional, deliberate planning to get us to where we are now. So we thank them once again. To our neighbors across the street, to our Genesee County commissioners, thank you for your partnership and your unwavering contributions to this community. And definitely, those with the big purse strings, our philanthropic community, Charles Stewart Mott Foundations, and I think I saw Mr. Ridgway White, the chairman. Give him a round of applause. The Ruth Mott Foundation, the Community Foundation, and the United Way continue to make us Flint strong. Our Community Foundation and the United Way, the Ruth Mott Foundation, and the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation has delivered many, many millions of dollars to this community and to the residents for our empowerment and our improvement, and they have increased the quality of life in this region, even through our most difficult days. I would like to remember the elected officials as well who have passed on. To our friend, Councilman Eric Mays. To our friend and brother, Councilman Quincy Murphy. And also, he served in the district of Brown-Burton, but definitely he was a friend of Flint, former state representative Tim Sneller. Their spirit lives on in our success. Dedication is what has guided us to this particular point. From the Flint water crisis to financial instability, river spills, Detroit water pipeline, ransomware attacks. I mean, I tell you, that was really a tough one for me. I usually get robbed with a gun or a knife, but for somebody to do it with a computer screen is different, something different for all of us here in Flint. But each time we have risen stronger and more determined and more united as a community. That is what I love about this city. And speaking about determination, let's talk about our water. Our infrastructure, we all know the struggles we've had to endure and remembering what happened through that crisis. It tested our faith and shocked us. But as Flint Strong, we've learned to adapt, we've learned to rebuild. What defines us is how we rise. In a spirit of teamwork, we have made historic investments in our water infrastructure. To tell us more about that, let's hear from the Department of Public Works team.
My name is Kenneth Miller, and I serve as the Utilities Administrator. I joined the City of Flint this year after a long career with the City of Detroit Water and Sewerage Department. I have a great deal of experience maintaining and improving older infrastructure similar to the City of Flint, and I'm passionate about providing safe and clean water for residents. I've been so impressed with the team at the City of Flint, and to give you some insight into the team's operations, I want to take a moment to highlight the 4 major components of our water and sewer system. The water plant team is responsible for ensuring that water is treated properly before it goes to homes and businesses. The water distribution team is responsible for maintaining the 600 miles of water pipes that flow through our city. The sewer maintenance team is responsible for cleaning and repairing 600 miles of sewer pipes throughout our city. The water pollution control team is responsible for our wastewater treatment plant, ensuring that wastewater is properly treated to protect public health and our environment. Every aspect of Flint's water and sewer system is closely monitored, and we are always working on improvements and upgrades. I want to thank our tremendous team for their hard work for serving the residents of Flint.
My name is Jeanette Best, and I serve as the Water Pollution Control Manager. We have 10 wastewater upgrades completed and 6 more underway. This includes a major project underway to upgrade the 3rd Avenue pumping station and 2 force mains that carry the sewage from the city to the wastewater treatment plant. The 3rd Avenue station and the original 50-inch force main were constructed in 1925. The second force main was built in 1974 and is a 72-inch concrete pipe. We are making upgrades to the pump station so that the force mains can be isolated, inspected, assessed, and rehabilitated. This is a very important project for the resilience of our sewer system, and we look forward to completing this work for Flint residents.
My name is Scott Dungy, and I serve as Water Plant Supervisor. Since 2020, we have made many upgrades to ensure that high-quality water is delivered to Flint residents. We built a new pipeline so that we have a backup water source in case of an emergency. This is a game changer for our community and has increased the reliability and resilience of the Flint water system. We also built a new chemical feed building to ensure the water is treated properly before distributing to residents. Right now, we are working on upgrades to the Cedar Street Reservoir and pump station, improving the efficiency, pressure, and quality of the water.
Hello, my name is Entrice Jiggy Mitchell, and I serve as the Sewer Maintenance System Supervisor. My team is responsible for maintaining the City of Flint's separate sanitary and storm system. We have 2 separate storm and sanitary sewer pipelines. Storm water flows directly into the Flint River. Sewer water flows through separate pipes to the wastewater treatment plant. This is a modern-day industry standard design. One of our major projects is reducing inflow and infiltration, identifying and repairing areas where stormwater infiltrates the sewer lines. One of our major priorities is to get out to the community to educate residents about our sewer system and the steps residents can take to reduce pollution and stormwater. Please contact the sewer team if you would like to partner with us on any community outreach.
Give it up for the men and women who make that happen. But what we understand, this is not just about pipes and pumps. It's about restoring trust, ensuring safety, and guaranteeing the health of our families for generations to come. That brings me to a different topic, water quality. This what happens here, with this scale here, we are the most tested, the most monitored water system in America. Through our challenges, we had to overcome these crises here in the city of Flint. What this scale shows is that our last testing cycle, we tested at 1 part per billion in our water system of lead. The standards for our EGLE, which is our state monitoring system, and EPA, which is the federal system, the standard is anything less than 15 parts per billion is acceptable. But we all know that no amount of lead in our water systems are safe. But the city of Flint has got it down to 1 part per billion. Give that a round of applause. We will continue to focus in to make sure every time you turn on a tap that you won't have to fear what's coming out of it. I am proud to announce in the last testing cycle, 1 part per billion in our system. Give that a round of applause. Over the last 5 years, Flint has consistently met or exceeded the state and federal quality standards. This is a major accomplishment and a testament to our commitment to overcome adversity here in the city of Flint. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna make you clap until you're tired. Give that a round of applause. But our journey doesn't end there. We are making strides to revitalize our economic base, attracting investors, creating opportunities for all residents to start. The word roads here in the city of Flint, that's a beautiful picture. I wanted to see, I saw it down there and it threw me off there. I wanted to know who that young looking guy was because I'm aging fast in this job here. That is our great governor, Gretchen Whitmer. But in the words of our great governor, Gretchen Whitmer, fix the darn roads, but I think she said a little something different, right? We are working to ensure all major roads are safe to travel, effective, and making your journey a little more easier. We have invested in our highway projects. I-475, if you guys haven't noticed, is under a major undertaking. More than $400 million have been dedicated to this project, and this is a very vital to making sure that we have through traffic, and it also brings more investors into our community. Not only are we focused on freeways, but we also are working to revitalize our local roads. With this past year, we have repaved and redone 28 miles of local roads, completing more to come each and every day, making our travel safe, smoother, and more enjoyable. This investment in our roads is a major investment in our future. It's about attracting new businesses. It's about bringing more homeowners and lifting our values of our homes. As a lifelong resident in this community, I, for one, appreciate that investors coming forth. I want to show a map of what we're doing so people can get an understanding of what it is. This is a map of the city of Flint. And the green shows here paving completed to date. And so that's the green. And in the gold, it says paving scheduled for 2025. Flint is about 506 miles. With our local roads, major roads, 506 miles. And it takes a lot of resources to be able to get this done. That's why the level of partnership is so very important with our state delegation and also our federal delegation, because just our tax base cannot cover the difference alone. But also, not just paving the roads, we want to make sure that we kept our roads clean and coming to our streets and improving the landscape, and we want to show how we work on our roads. You've all seen these guys out there, these street sweeping crews. All of our roads to date in the city of Flint will have been swept, and we're working on our second round now. Cleaning is pride. We're restoring pride and strength in our community. The innovative method of making sure, putting all the pieces of the puzzles together, fixing potholes, paving streets, sweeping streets, is all a part of the puzzle to rebuild the pride inside the city of Flint. And with this work, we have been doing relentlessly with the work that we have with the residents inside the city of Flint. The residents, I appreciate you so much for the work that you have been doing, helping us keep the roads clean. We have more projects. We have our demolition projects coming forth, and we're talking about taking down these structures. We talk about these, making sure that these structures are no longer blighting the horizons of the city of Flint. This is why I'm proud to report Flint is so proud to be able to be in a partnership with the Genesee County Land Bank. It's the largest demolition project to date in Flint's history. We are systematically removing blight, tearing down abandoned structures, and transforming our neighborhoods. This is not done easily. Thanks to the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation for their dollars that put into this project, the county, and our American Rescue Plan dollars, and thank you, Flint City Council, for helping to revitalize our community. Block by block, this is what you see behind me, neighborhood by neighborhood, we have achieved a new landscape in our community. More than 800 structures have been taken down, but we have to continue to work to move our community forward. Looking at the maps, you will see, this is a map of the city of Flint. The next map here, the blue dots represent structures that already have come down. Here in this last map are structures that's funded that are still coming down, and I want to thank right now our friends at the Land Bank. Mike is here. I saw him a little bit earlier. Thank you, Mike. Give him a round of applause for doing this. These projects are just not being done by accident. This took a lot of work, a lot of planning, and a lot of conversations to get there. We have delivered 68,000 of these recycle cans throughout the full city of Flint. You know, I took a little heat on this one, but that's okay. These are what I call the king cans because they're the biggest in the county. And we have delivered 68,000 to every household inside the city of Flint. I want to thank my team in the city of Flint. I want to thank all of those who helped put this together. And to tell you a little bit more about that is Heather Griffin.
name is Heather Griffin, and I serve as the Waste Services Coordinator for the City of Flint. Under the leadership of Mayor Neeley, I am proud to have led the charge to improve recycling and waste collection for Flint residents. We were able to secure grant funding to manufacture over 68,000 recycling and trash carts for every residential household in Flint, and carts were delivered to all households in September and October of 2024. We are thankful to our funders for making this possible. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy granted $1 million. The Recycling Partnership granted $3.3 million, and Dow Chemical donated high-quality plastic resin valued at $900,000. Flint is home to many recycling champions who have done their best to recycle, even though residents previously needed to provide their own recycling containers. Now, recycling will be easier for every resident. Lidded recycling and trash carts will also reduce litter and help control rodent and pest populations. By transitioning to a cart-based collection program, the City of Flint is adopting an industry-recognized best management practice to set the city up for immediate and long-term success. Cities across Michigan and the entire United States have moved to lidded carts for garbage and recycling. Prominent national and regional haulers have recently stated that they will no longer bid on municipal contracts that are not carted. This means that deploying city-owned waste and recycling carts will help keep Flint's operational costs manageable in the future. We know that the trash and recycling carts are a big adjustment for Flint residents, and we are ready to help. The Recycling Partnerships grant includes funding for educational materials to support residents as we learn how to improve our recycling as a community. Here are some important tips. Please remember to put your carts at the curb with the handles facing your house. Carts should be placed 3 to 5 feet apart. Trash goes in the gray cart and should be bagged. Recycling goes in the blue cart and should be placed loose in the carts. You can find more information at cityofflint.com/recycling.
You know, as these carts help keep our community cleaner, I want to make it very crystal clear about what's going on with these carts, right? We receive about $4 million to be able to get these carts. These carts belong to the City of Flint, but they are assigned to residential structures inside the City of Flint. And so I want residents to know and understand the investment that has been made into our community to help keep it clean. But these carts belong to the City of Flint, and they're assigned to the residential structures. So if you see these carts with the Flint logo and my name on them in Burton, Flushing, Davidson, or Grand Blanc, okay? And so I won't call anybody out, but I definitely seen a few of these carts in different places, and I had a dialogue with a property owner that owned a rental house inside the City of Flint. He said, it was my cart, and I just moved it over to where I actually live. I said, no, the cart doesn't belong to you. It was assigned to that residential structure. I will charge you $500 for that cart if it doesn't return back to the City of Flint. But now, as the City of Flint catches up with the out-county areas that's already having these cart systems in place, we have the opportunity to make sure that our streets, our community, our neighborhoods are clean as well. Definitely give that a round of applause. And keeping our streets clean of blight is just not just about these carts. It's about our blight elimination team, our neighborhood safety officers. Their work is changing the landscape of our city. You may see them out in trucks and all the new equipment that we bought. Thank you again, City Council, for helping approve the American Rescue Plan dollars. And every day with our young people, this restores pride. You know, I heard Congressman Dan Kildee say this many times. It's about the view from your front door. What do you see when you look out? This is your world. This is our view. And when you see a cleaner, more attractive place to live, it strengthens us all. And definitely, we want to continue with that. We are investing $2 million of American Rescue Plan dollars to restore our sidewalks throughout the full City of Flint. And that deserves a round of applause, too, if you've seen our sidewalks. Making our neighborhoods safer and more walkable for us all to enjoy. We are not stopping there, not at all. We are also committed to our parks, park equality, to ensuring that all residents have access to a high-quality park and green space Thank you to the $1.3 million that we used from the American Rescue Plan funding and another additional $1.7 million pending approval of City Council. Let's get that done next week. We are upgrading our parks and creating a new recreational opportunities to enhance the beauty of our city. You know, when the state representative and I, we have 2 young daughters at that time, and we used to drive by 4 parks just to take our daughters to a park inside the city. We should not have to have residents pass parks in their neighborhood to be able to have an enjoyable experience with their families. As mayor of this great city of Flint, there are 83 counties inside the state of Michigan. The only county who does not have a state park is Genesee County. But the first state park in Genesee County is in Flint, Michigan, in the Chevy in the Hole. And if you see our great Governor Gretchen Whitmer, tell her thank you for believing in our vision and supporting it. You know, I'm so excited about this project. You know, when I think about my friend, former commissioner, former city councilman, Bryant B.B. Nolden, the updates, the incredible transformation that's happening at Burston Fieldhouse. Here are some aerial shots of what's going on at Burston Fieldhouse. You may not recognize it from the air, but this is a special place in the heart of Flint residents. Our oldest recreation center. Crews are hard at work. All new 57,000 square feet renovation is underway right now, tripling the size of where we are now. We are investing. We are making our city a wonderful place to live. Burston Fieldhouse, Bryant Nolden would be so very, very proud of what he sees there. Take a look at that. Isn't that awesome? Yes. All right. Just on a little side note, I want to thank the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation for their donations to this project. And they recently put up another $5 million, matching dollars. For every $1 we put up, they put up more. I want to thank the county commissioners. They added $1 million. I want to thank the Flint City Council. The city of Flint added $1 million, but that leaves $3 more million on the table. You know, one of my favorite rappers, Ice Cube, had a lyrics in the song says, "Big bank takes little bank, but let's little bank take big bank." I want you guys to donate to this project so we can get that money from Charles Stewart Mott in the matching funds to make sure that we can continue the renovations of Burston Fieldhouse. Give me a round of applause for that. We want to recognize the sins of the past and make them into the blessings of the future. In 1972, when many highway projects were underway under the cloak of urban renewal and urban development, many communities of color lost their community. At that time, St. John's area was a thriving area for us to be able to live in that community. Under urban renewal, that community was bulldozed. It made way for a highway, I-475, but that displaced a lot of people. We were able to take revenues that we received from the sale of some of the old property in that area to be able to start growing the pot of money that it's going to take to revitalize that area. Thanks to our state delegation, they added another $1 million. We were able to deliver $2 million to this project. So I'm very proud to say that St. John's Memorial Park Association, in partnership with the city of Flint, will be rebuilding that area and having a park that we all can enjoy. So welcome home, St. John. You know, downtown Flint, before and after, take a look at it. In August of this year, we completed the historic Saginaw Street brick restoration program. For the first time since 1936, the bricks on Saginaw Street have been completely relaid, restoring beauty, charm to our downtown area. This project included major infrastructure repair, underground water lines, sewer lines, electric lines, water service lines, as well as sidewalk replacements and upgrades. Thanks to the advocacy of the National Federation of the Blind Genesee County chapter, they called my office one day and asked for a meeting and understood that they wanted to have a park in the place there. So I made a couple phone calls and said that we wanted to add to our aesthetics downtown audible crosswalks so everybody could enjoy that area. We have installed 4 audible crosswalks with 6 more to go in to be installed by the end of this year. Another project which fills my heart with pride, and it should fill all of your hearts with pride, is the launching of our RX Kids, a groundbreaking program. Dr. Mona Hatisha, our children is the promise of tomorrow. Gandhi once said, the worst form of violence is poverty. This program for Flint mothers will receive a $1,500 stipend during the pregnancy and $500 per month for the first 12 months of their baby's life. The city of Flint was the first community that put federal dollars to the effort of making sure our children had a strong and good start. We did so with some of our American Rescue Plan dollars. And since that time, philanthropic communities, state dollars have been added to that. And I think this program is going to be adopted statewide. Thank you to our state delegation. Many times, my mother used to say, and my grandmother, idle mind is a devil's workshop. Our teenagers, we had to provide them with a level of opportunity inside of our city. We know that sometimes it's very challenging getting a job as a teenager, but we wanted to put our young people to work, and we value our young people. Tomorrow belongs to them. We took some of our American Rescue Plans. Thank you, Dr. Liddell Lewis, Vice President Candace Mashat, for bringing that to my attention, and we put it into our American Rescue Plan, and we will continue to provide young people with opportunities to gain career opportunity training, and we're going to do that in the city of Flint. Training our kids about being financially literate. Kids coming with dollars and cents, and soon I believe here that the lawsuit for the dollars that's going to be given to families inside the city of Flint is coming very close to an end. It's in a federal court. It's not with the city of Flint. But when those dollars arrive, what is going to happen with those dollars? Will those dollars be evacuated from our community very quickly? Probably. But we have to start training our young people to be financially literate. We have established a program in which we are engaging with our Flint community schools. Thank you, Superintendent Jones, for allowing us to go into your schools. Give them a round of applause. We want to make sure we don't forget about the most vulnerable people in our community. As we see all this great things going on in our community, one of the things that we also see is our property values are going up. When our property values go up, our taxable value goes up as well. When our taxable value goes up, our houses are worth more, but we have senior citizens that live in their homes. It's not a profit to them because they said they're going to stay there for the rest of their lives. But when they're on a fixed income, it becomes a challenge. As their property value goes up, we don't want to tax them out of their homes. And so now I'm so pleased to announce in 2025, January 1, we have increased our HOPE program benefits to 200%. To tell us more about that, let's hear from our city assessor, Mrs. Stacy Cakes.
My name is Stacy Cake, and I serve as the assessor for the City of Flint. We have seen rising property values in the City of Flint in recent years, and that's great news for our homeowners. But with inflation rising, we have also seen an increase in property taxes. Thanks to Mayor Neeley, we have improved our home ownership property exemption, or HOPE program, so that more Flint residents can qualify for a 50% reduction in their property taxes. Beginning in January 2025, we are increasing the income limit to qualify from 150% to 200% of the federal poverty level, so that way we can assist more families. Right now, Flint homeowners whose income is at or below 150% of the federal poverty level can apply for a 50% reduction in their property taxes. Applications are due by December 9th, 2024 and will be taken before the board review for approval. Applications are available online at cityofflint.com/hope. You can also pick up a paper application in the assessor's office at Flint City Hall or at the City of Flint Service Center on Clio Road.
You know, we don't live in a vacuum. When we talk about partnership, we have to really understand what that is. Partnership. So when people call to give you a good idea, we should not always take offense to it. We should want to sit down, take a moment to listen to it, and then move it forward. That's what we've done, and that's what the City Council brought forth, and I want to thank Vice President Candace Machat for bringing that forward with the HOPE program. I'm so proud to say that $650,000 of our American Rescue Plan dollars has went to the Salvation Army to help establish a 50-bed med respite program at Hurley's Dutcher Center. Give that a round of applause. Having medical anchors like Hurley Hospital and McLaren Hospital in our community is a benefit. These are assets in our community. And when it comes to health care in our community, we are seeing significant investments to improve the outcomes of our families. This is McLaren. McLaren Hospital is under a multi-million-dollar investment in upgrades, major transformation, $64 million. This expands many facilities inside of McLaren, and even with this picture here, it shows the brand new entryway being constructed there, right there. Give McLaren Hospital. Many times in the past, and for Flint's full history, people had to negotiate parking, walk down 200 yards, sometimes in inclement weather, rain, snow, to stand in the line, to pay a bill or pay their taxes. It was very difficult for people with disabilities or seniors. So we thought about it, and when Huntington Bank vacated this location on Clio and Pearson Road, we saw the opportunity to open this up. And this is a wonderful place. People have been enjoying the resources that we have at this location. Yes. If we give people the opportunity and expand the opportunity for them to contribute to the base and the financial base of the city, paying their utility bills or paying their taxes, they'll do it. What this operational audit showed was they had the better opportunity to make payments at a convenient location, maybe closer to them where they live. This site here will generate about $900,000 of additional resources for the city of Flint by way of payments and other services. Give that a round of applause. The number one killer of African American men in our country is gun violence. I declared a gun violence emergency in 2021, recognizing the urgency of this. This year, the Surgeon General of the United States of America echoed what I said in 2021 and declared gun violence a public health crisis. We are taking action to combat this epidemic of violence in our community. I want to thank our police chief, Terrence Green, and all the law enforcement operators that we have here in the city of Flint by taking these guns off the street to get them to their final resting place. Flint has taken action. Also, we have given out hundreds of gun locks at our Clio Road location, making sure responsible gun owners will lock their guns up and keep them out of the hands of children and others that don't know how to handle them. We are working together to make our community safer, healthier, and better. Give that a round of applause. With all of the training that goes on, we want to make sure that we want to take a look at crime suppression now, in the future, and in the past. We have launched what we call the Sapphire program inside the city of Flint. We have found ourselves on the cutting edge and training other communities across the country about cold case work, about using technologies that's now available to us to resolve crimes. Sapphire program is here, and to tell you a little bit more about it, I want to introduce you to Sergeant Mona Patterson.
Hello, I am Detective Sergeant Mona Patterson, and I lead the Sexual Assault Kit Initiative Cold Case Unit and the Sapphires team within the City of Flint Police Department. Thanks to federal grants, we have been able to clear the City of Flint's backlog of sexual assault kits going back to the early 1990s. All sexual assault kits have been tested. Many suspects were identified, leading to many felonies, arrests, and convictions. The City of Flint now tests all new sexual assault kits within 14 days. The Sapphires team grew out of the Saki program and consists of 7 multidisciplinary members with the agenda of fighting for victim rights, allowing their voices to be heard, and seeking justice for survivors. As the Sapphires, we have dedicated ourselves to stand against predators and pedophiles, honoring individual rights and empowering survivors. The development of the Sapphires allows us to support victims in accessing basic needs like food, clothing, and supplies. Our desire is to give victims less to worry about when standing up and speaking out for themselves against their violators. This year, the Sapphires hosted a national conference to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. We presented the conference during the week of Back to the Bricks to highlight positive forward momentum in Flint. We plan to continue hosting this conference every year, and we would like other agencies and law enforcement to join us. We look forward to growing the conference reach and promoting new strategies like investigative genetic genealogy that can help solve major crimes.
Thank you, Sergeant Mona Patterson, for your dedication in keeping our community safe. You know, one deficit that we can never overcome is the death deficit. So this administration, we struck out and said that our residents deserve better. If we're experiencing a major medical condition, we had to get you life-saving measures. And we bought 3 ambulances using different funding streams to be able to support this, cutting down wait times to 5 minutes or less in the city of Flint. That deserves a round of applause. We deserve so much in this community. We deserve a city government that works for you, the residents. And with that, this ambulance service that we've just launched, Flint Strong Ambulance, take a listen to Chief Theron Wiggins.
Hi, my name is Theron Wiggins. I am proud to serve as the fire chief for the city of Flint. Earlier this year, we identified a critical need for additional EMS services in the city of Flint. I am very proud to report that our ambulance service launched in October, and at the time of this recording, we have already completed over 180 runs providing critical support to Flint residents. A county-wide shortage of ambulances and EMS personnel has resulted in long wait times for Flint residents who need emergency medical transports. Crisis mode has become routine for Genesee County 911 system. There's often only one ambulance available to serve all 600 square miles of Genesee County. Thanks to the leadership of Mayor Sheldon Neeley, we have been able to bring ambulance service back in-house at the City of Flint Fire Department for the first time in over 20 years. All City of Flint firefighters are already certified EMTs, so every Flint firefighter can drive the ambulance and provide much-needed life support. Flint residents will continue to be served by private ambulance companies in addition to the Flint Fire Department ambulance services. Genesee County 911 always dispatches the nearest ambulance available. We were able to purchase 3 new ambulances thanks to both opioid settlement and ARPA funds. These ambulances are a critical tool in addressing the opioid crisis. The Flint Fire Department often respond to opioid overdoses. Both firefighters and police officers routinely administer Narcan, but until now, we have been unable to transport these patients. Patients have been stranded for up to an hour before an ambulance can respond. We know for sure that our City of Flint ambulance service is going to save lives and improve outcomes for Flint residents.
Wow, Chief Wiggins, you got a raving round of applause for that, what you're doing. And these are some of our new firefighters there. You know, thank you for doing what you do, all to our heroes, our first responders, and doing the things that they need to do. But we have to give them tools to be able to do so. You know, I want to also thank Dr. Liddell Lewis, City Council President, and also Finance Chair Judy Priestley. You know, as we were doing this and getting the ambulances together, those two council members kept coming to me and said, the beds in the fire department haven't been changed. Some frames were there for 40 years. Beds were there for more than 2 decades. We are so proud to say that we have changed. Last week, we've changed all the beds and all the frames in the fire department. You know, and so Dr. Lewis and Judy, you can stop calling me at my office now, talking about the beds in the fire department. But definitely that's what partnerships work about, and we have to be able to do these things. And these ambulances, as we go from site to site and scene to scene, and also our police officers, they will have a new passenger with them. Flinty the Fox. Flinty the Fox, right? He is a special little cuddly friend for Flint. We talked about being a social-minded administration, and that's what we do. We don't just sit back and just think about handling the status quo. We think about how we can improve the quality of life in Flint for our Flint families, especially for our children. When an ambulance run goes on, loud lights, a lot of action, kids are sometimes traumatized if their mother or father is having an episode or if it's a crime scene. But definitely now, to be able to help the kids make that transition from trauma to recovery from that visit, this will be in every firefighter's vehicle and every police vehicle, just to make sure that they're armed with the appropriate tools to make sure that our kids are okay. Flinty the Fox, give it up for him. We worked really hard on Flinty the Fox, I tell you that. So I'm gonna throw Flinty back. All right. And so Flint has secured more than $2 billion of investments over the past 3 years. Flint is a recovering community, and we're on the upside of where we've been. Our friends from Ashley Capital saw the vision, taking a historic Buick City site where we had more than 28,000 jobs at one time. It sat dormant for 20 years as we remediated the land, making it comfortable for businesses to relocate there. And now, as we look at what's going on at that site, the beautiful building that's going on, our great community neighbor, Ashley Capital, has moved there. And with this level of $300 million investment, it's showing that we have life on the north side of the city of Flint.
My name is Emily Dorr, and I serve as the Director of the Department of Business and Community Services. The City of Flint is pushing forward with efforts to rebuild neighborhoods, bring economic opportunity, and improve quality of life for current and future residents. We are enhancing the Clio Road, Corunna Road, and Davison Road commercial corridors by providing support to existing business owners while also working to attract new businesses. We are helping residents start their own businesses through partnerships with 100K Ideas, SIPI, and 10 neighborhood-based agencies, most of whom are minority-led, that are being supported through a $1.5 million direct allocation from the state. We are making renovation, expansion, and new construction easier for businesses and residents with additional staff capacity in zoning, building inspections, and business licensing.
We are investing millions of dollars in Flint neighborhoods through HUD grants like Choice Neighborhood and Home ARP. We are launching an emerging developer training in tandem with state-funded housing readiness work so we can increase the number of Flint residents who are able to build new housing and renovate existing homes to rebuild our neighborhoods and increase homeownership options. Finally, we have kicked off the comprehensive plan update process and have already had hundreds of residents give us their input. We will continue this work through 2025 to keep documenting the future that Flint residents envision for themselves and future Flintstones.
My name is Tyler Bailey, and I serve as the Deputy Director of Business Services for the City of Flint. At the City of Flint, we are working every day to bring jobs and economic opportunity to our community. Thanks to a public-private partnership spearheaded by the City of Flint, Ashley Capital is redeveloping the Buick City brownfield to bring 3,000 jobs over the next decade. Ashley Capital already has its first tenant, Victory Packaging, initially bringing 30 new jobs and continuing to add as they grow into their new location. We are also excited to welcome Nanograph to Flint next year. Nanograph secured a $60 million award from the Federal Department of Energy to create a new facility at the former Buick City site. Nanograph is bringing 21st century manufacturing to Flint, initially creating 150 new jobs and workforce development programs with Kettering University, the University of Michigan Flint, and Mott Community College. These new developments have been fast-tracked thanks to a dedicated team of zoning, economic development, and licensing professionals paired with improvements to the zoning ordinance, making Flint more business-friendly.
My name is Ashley Harris, and I serve as Deputy Director of Community Services. My team and I focus on investing funds into our neighborhoods to improve quality of life for youth, seniors, and families, including renters, homeowners, and business owners, and other community stakeholders. We continue to move multiple HUD-supported Choice Neighborhood housing programs forward, building over 200 new units for Flint residents. The Choice Facade Improvement Program is assisting over 20 homeowners. We have launched a city-run ARPA roof repair program, rehabilitating up to 72 houses across all 9 wards. This is in addition to hundreds of ARPA home repair recipients through Habitat for Humanity, Metro Community Development, Court Street Village, and the Disability Network. We have another partnership with the Disability Network to provide home accessibility modifications for renters, funded by $400,000 from the state of Michigan. We are making strategic improvements to 3 commercial corridors, including business facade improvements, owner-occupied facade improvements, and demolition. We know that Flint is a great place to live, work, and raise a family, and we are making new investments in quality of life for families every day. We are grateful to the many community partners who make this work possible.
This past year, we were able to host for the very first time a rodeo here in the city of Flint, the Black Rodeo. Talented black cowboys, black cowgirls across from the Midwest, together showcasing their amazing skills and celebrating the culture and the history of this great country in our community. Get ready, because even bigger event is hosted this next year. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna have a great, awesome time with our rodeo. You know, we were experiencing some of our darkest moments going through our water crisis. But that beacon of light, when she was fighting for the gold medal, people gathered around computer screens to be able to look halfway around the world, to look at our very own Clarissa Shields battle, a young lady, first at 16 years of age, repeating at 20 years of age, and so many more championships after it. Now, Clarissa Shields' story is going to the big screen. Her movie debut is going to be on Christmas Day. It's a fabulous movie talking about the fire that burns inside of all of us. It happens to be that the movie is named The Fire That Burns Inside. Make sure you go out and support her in this film, The Fire Inside. But definitely, I want to tell you, Flint is brilliant. Flint is devoted. Flint is proud. Flint is strong. I will continue as the mayor of this great city to lead with dignity, character, and a heart that loves this community. I will continue to reach out to my colleagues on City Council to make sure that we can push forward all the initiatives that's going to benefit you and increase the quality of life for you all. 2025, health and housing. Housing that people can afford, housing for our veterans, and to eradicate the homeless problem that we have here in the city of Flint. As Flint inspires a nation, we will continue to do so, and others can continue to follow us and follow our lead. I'm Sheldon Neeley, Mayor of the very, very proud city of Flint. This has been our 2024 State of the City Address. God bless you all.